Triumph in Business, 24 Keys to Entrepreneurial Success. This is an 8-part series. This is part 2 of 8. I have been meaning to write a book on my basically lessons that I have learned in coaching and consulting, as well as in my own business in the last 33 years of business coaching. And I think that we've gotten enough interest to make the second one and to continue on. So these lessons are in no specific order, but they are going to get to where you want to go. And a lot of them are lessons that you probably have never heard anywhere else. So these, in each part, I'm going to actually put 3 forward, and in this one, part 2, I'm also going to put 3 as well. And these 3 are very personal. So because a lot of times there's several categories or components of these keys to success, and these 3 are personal. The very first one is the trait of discipline. An entrepreneur must have discipline. Discipline is doing something that you don't necessarily want to do or even like doing it, but doing it in such a way as if you actually love it. You must continue, because discipline, without discipline in business, you will be going from one thing to another, from one startup to another startup, looking for that basically golden ticket, that lottery ticket that rarely ever happens. You are going to face a lot of barriers, and by having discipline and understanding that there are solutions to every single problem that you have, and that your problems are not unique, they've been solved by countless others. So understanding that allows you to have the discipline to get through. Just because you don't have the answers right now, that doesn't mean that you cannot get the answers and that you cannot get help. And so discipline is a very important ingredient to entrepreneurial success. Now, number 2 here is emotional regulation. I would call it a very close cousin to discipline. Emotional regulation is something that you must have. If you are governed by too much emotions, either excitement or sadness, etc., it is going to be a very, very rough ride for you as an entrepreneur. So you need the emotional regulation, because when the time comes that you'll have employees are going to, a lot of times they're going to piss you off. They're going to make errors that you think are common sense, and yet there they are, and you've got to pay that cost. They still get their salary, but you got to pay for their mistakes. That's part of business. And if you are, looking at it from a perspective that, oh my God, this is horrific and every problem is overblown because of your emotions, that is not going to be good for the business. It's not going to be good for you, your vendors, everyone that you work with. It's not, because they're not going to be able to trust you, because a person who is too emotional may feel one way today and total opposite tomorrow. So how do you trust someone, whether you're a vendor, a supplier, an employee, etc.? And for yourself also, you can't be looking at the shiny object syndrome of looking at something, oh my God, you know what? This is what I should do next because this looks good. You have to stay the path, be methodical, systematic, and have a logical approach to business. You do that, and obviously you're gonna, it's gonna pay in the long run. So emotional regulation is something that you must have. And the third one for this part, which would be number 6 if you include part 1, is faith. Faith is something that most people don't talk about when it comes to the entrepreneurial journey. But if you don't have faith that things are going to work out, it's not a good thing, because you're not going to be in it for the long run, because everything is a catastrophe. This is not a good approach. Having faith in yourself, in your customers, having faith in your employees. Now, that's not blinding faith, but having faith that things will work out, and that you're obviously putting that effort constantly towards it, things will actually work out. If you don't have faith in everything that I just said, again, it's going to be a very tough road for you as an entrepreneur. Those 3 ingredients that I just mentioned now in this part, and the other 3 that I mentioned in part 1 are key ingredients that every single successful entrepreneur that I have ever met in 33 years of business coaching and consulting has. They know that yes, problems are problems. They're going to stress you out a lot of times with a lot of stress, but they know that there's a solution around the corner if they keep looking. So faith is really, really an important ingredient that very few people actually talk about when it comes to the entrepreneurial success, but it is needed. So I hope that you do like this content, and if you do put in the comments to continue, and of course I will make part 3 and continue from there. And join my communities. You can find the link in my bio, and I'll see you tomorrow.